In the top stories, heavy rains cause flooding in and around the city. A government minister dismisses the view that customs officers are being targeted, and the WICB suspends head coach Phil Simmons. Welcome to Nation News for Monday, September 28, 2015. I am Janelle Ward. Barbadians got a reprieve from the heat on Monday afternoon, but persistent showers posed problems for many. Rain caused excessive flooding in several areas, particularly in those in and around Bridgetown. Kensington New Road, Emerton, Baxter's Road and Halls Road were among those districts which bore the brunt of the downpour. A part of the roof of the Young Men's Christian Association in Pinfold Street collapsed while a tree fell on the Spring Garden Highway. Both pedestrians and motorists found it difficult to navigate the high level of water on the roads, and traffic slowed to crawl on city streets. Weather officials have urged residents in low-lying areas to exercise caution. Member of Parliament Michael Carrington has rejected the claim that government is targeting custom officers. Instead, he said, plans to place the officers under the Barbados Revenue Authority was a policy decision which has impacted other revenue collection agencies. Back in July, customs officers staged industrial action over the move by authorities to introduce option forms for their transition to the BRA. Mr. Carrington told a Democratic Labour Party branch meeting he did not understand all the confusion.
It's a decision of the government, a policy decision. And if they decide as a matter of policy that that's what is going to happen, the only question is how efficiently can you achieve it? It is as simple as that. And to go around giving the impression that people targeting custom officers and so on for some reason, it's nonsense. It's a nonsense, it's a lie. Customs is another revenue collecting agency, just like the Land Tax Department, the Licensing Authority, and so on. And if government says we are bringing all our revenue collection agencies under one umbrella called the Barbados Revenue Authority, then it has to happen.
Meanwhile, Commerce Minister Donville Ennis has rubbished a World Bank claim that it takes nearly 3 weeks to incorporate a business in Barbados. Speaking during the official launch of an online filing service by the Corporate Affairs and Intellectual Property Office on Monday, he said the process can be done in less than a day.
Even prior to the creation of this online portal, which we officially launched today, once the service provider furnished the Corporate Affairs and Intellectual Property Office with all relevant information, completed in the prescribed manner, and having paid the right fees, a company could be incorporated in Barbados within 18 hours, not 18 days. And I think that we have a duty as policymakers and leaders in this country to stand up and defend the departments on their remit and defend our staff. I can say to you that today's launch, you will be able to incorporate your company in real time and online. But hitherto, it did not take 18 days to form a company in Barbados. So I make bold to say that the World Bank report on that aspect of doing business in Barbados is a blatant lie.
Former Prime Minister Owen Arthur says more workers are likely to lose their jobs under government's ongoing fiscal consolidation program. And he says a way has to be found to allow private sector activity to fill the void that will be created. Speaking during the Small Business Association's award ceremony over the weekend, Mr. Arthur said small enterprises have played significant roles in the island's development, and this will have to continue.
Our economy and our society more indigenous. It has made Barbados' development less unequal. The small enterprise sector has also facilitated the emergence of a strong Barbadian middle class as the true backbone of the Barbadian society. At this moment of acute crisis, the small enterprise sector can now effectively spur Barbados development by providing the missing link between the successful completion of the program of fiscal consolidation and the attainment of a sustainable growth path for the economy.
A suggestion has been made that the University of the West Indies Cave Hill has expanded too quickly at the expense of other educational institutions. It comes from Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Senator Harry Husbands, who spoke during the St. Michael West branch meeting of the Democratic Labour Party on Sunday.
The Polytechnic has not expanded at the same rate. The community college has not expanded at the same rate. So now we have a situation where the majority of young people who apply and who are qualified to enter cannot get into either the Polytechnic or the BCC. And we have in place the plans for the expansion, the northern campus of the Polytechnic. But right now we don't have the money. The northern campus of the Polytechnic, agriculture, the expansion of, the plans are in place for the expansion of Pomerine. We don't have the money right now to be able to do it.
The Lodge School has kicked off its 270th anniversary celebrations with a Founders Day service. Past and present staff members and students gathered at the St. John Parish Church on Monday for the first of several commemorative activities. Old scholar and former teacher Reverend Henderson Guy urged current teachers and students to ensure the school does even better than it has in the past. In sport, the West Indies Cricket Board has suspended head coach Phil Simmons for the upcoming tour of Sri Lanka. The move comes after Mr. Simmons expressed disappointment with the players selected for the pre-series training camp. He said the omission of key players like Kieran Pollard and Dwayne Bravo would weaken the regional side. In a release issued on Friday, WICB said Mr. Simmons will not travel to Sri Lanka and an investigation will be conducted. In the meantime, coaching responsibilities will be passed to Eldine Baptiste. And finally, a German woman has turned up alive and well 31 years after vanishing. The woman, who is now 55, was presumed dead after she went missing after a dentist appointment. A man even confessed to her murder. However, 2 weeks ago, her home was burgled and responding police officers discovered her true identity. The woman said she lived in different cities under a false name all those years. And that has been the Nation News for Monday. For more, log on to nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Remember to pick up your Daily Nation on Tuesday or subscribe to our e-paper. Thank you so much for joining us.